will be recorded. Okay. All right, let me get my screen out. Okay, can everyone see my screen? If you can see the screen, can you help me just to type 444? Yeah. Okay, we are good, right? Okay, everybody can see the screen, huh? Okay, great. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Yes, 444. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Now, firstly, a warm welcome to our Marvel Monday. Yeah, today is April the 8th. Can you imagine it's already in April? It is so fast, I tell you. This year, I thought last year was fast, but 2024 is racing ahead. In fact, it's almost like a rocket, don't you find? Okay, now we would like to welcome our new people. Yeah, so those people who are here for the first time, can you type in 111 for me so that we have the opportunity to welcome you? Anyone here attending this presentation for the first time? I'm talking about this Zoom. Okay, so if you have attended other presentations doesn't count, but I just want to know who's attending this for the first time. Anyone? Yeah, if you are here, okay. So, yes, Maddie, 111. So we had Siu Tuan, 111, Catherine, Ronald Lam. Okay, a warm welcome to, I see Kenneth Wong here as well. So those people who type in 111, really thank you so much, for joining us. And this is your first time. So I'm glad that we're able to meet over Zoom. And for everyone else as well, I hope that you will benefit from today. In fact, we've got some really interesting sharers, of their testimonials. Let's see, one of them actually is sharing for the first time, the very first time. Okay, and I will introduce her. She's going to be the first sharer for today after the presentation, followed, by another very powerful. In fact, she has, a few stories. So I put it, as testimonial 1.1 and then 1.2. Okay. So with that, let's get started. Okay, so welcome to Marvel Monday and welcome to the world of LiveWave. And this is an amazing world that we have. um, I just came off a lunch today. Somebody treated us because she's very appreciative of what LifeWave has done for her. So when we were chatting just over lunch and we were sharing stories, we realized, that we have so many stories to share. And I hope all of you, those of you who have been using LifeWave or have been with LifeWave for a little while, you will agree with me that our amazing technology and products really is quite breathtaking. Okay, so this is me. My name is Jonas Ang. So you can see here, I've done a few things in my life. I've been on the corporate side for more than 25 years, primarily in HR roles across five, in fact, 6 different industries, including a short stint in the hospital industry. While some people look at it, you say, wow, you got such a good breadth of experience. I've got other people who also commented, they say, oh, Jonas, you're so indecisive that you cannot decide on one industry. Yeah. Okay, so there's always two sides of a coin. It's all a matter of perspective. So what is more important here is the fact that I've been with LifeWave right now since May 2022. I think somebody is unmuted. So can you help me to mute that person, Jackie or Joanna? Thank you. Okay. Um, and yeah, so it's been 1.5 years that I've been journeying with LifeWave, and this has been, like I said, nothing but a breathtaking and an amazing journey so far. And looking at the way things are shaping up, there's probably going to be a lot more things that we can expect from our CEO, founder, and inventor, Mr. David Schmidt. So it is really excitement all the way. And really quite important, I'm not a scientist or a medical practitioner, so I'm just like any one of you here. Probably, because I've been here for 1.5 years, I've got slightly more experience with the product and technology, and that's what I hope to be able to share today. So very importantly, our disclaimer, okay, LifeWave products And this is very important, yeah. So we are only a lifestyle products, not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. We always advise that you consult with a physician or other qualified healthcare provider before embarking on a new treatment, product use, diet, or fitness program. So all the content here is created, published online for informational and educational purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, and and should not be relied on as just health or personal advice. Yeah. So the success stories that we will be sharing are anecdotal, based on personal accounts, viewpoints, and opinions, rather than research facts. And lastly, one person's results do not reflect what other people may experience, because everyone's body composition is different. So we expect, that our experiences could vary from person to person as well. Okay, the future is now. Okay. Like I said, welcome to the world of LifeWave, where we actually bring the future to you through our breakthrough technology that is really making waves right now in the world. Okay, now these are two people whom, okay, hold on, I just want to say, okay, so yeah. The first one, of course, Albert Einstein. You must have seen pictures of him, where he said, that the future medicine will be the medicine of frequencies, followed by this Dr. Oz, quite a controversial figure, but he said as well that the next big frontier in medicine is energy medicine, okay? Now, even when we talk about, energy medicine, frequencies, and all this, for many, many decades, anyone who talks about this, they already say that, oh, these are all science fiction. Just like age reversal, if we are to go back 20 years or so, the subject of age reversal was actually thought to be science fiction also, yeah? But if you look at it, yeah, science has progressed so much that what was barely acceptable 20 years ago, like for instance, being able to make a phone call from your smartphone, and not even having to pay for it, yeah, through various platforms like WhatsApp, WeChat, and so on. All these things were impossible as well. Yeah, so we keep hearing people saying, that the technology that we have, the products that we have, and how it actually works on people is just simply impossible. But there are too many examples that already prove that the technology has advanced to the point where the impossible has become the possible. So let's start a little bit with the company. Why LifeWave? Now, at the heart of it, LifeWave is really all about using the body's natural energy and helping to rebalance and to bring the body, into a synchronized, harmonious, functioning system. Okay, so we believe, in helping the body, providing, the right conditions and the environment for the body to start the healing process from within without the use of medications, injections, or surgeries. So we are not about drugs. So it's no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants. It is non-addictive, and even more wonderful, it's non-transdermal, meaning that nothing enters into the bloodstream, nothing enters into the body system. We would also like to say that our job is to activate the doctor within you, because we all firmly believe, and I hope that everyone here as well after this presentation would also believe, that our body is capable of healing. Yeah, we have the innate capabilities in us. It's just being able to find the right trigger to be able to be provided with right conditions and environment for our body to be able to heal. And if you look at it, modern medical science has only been for the last 200, maybe 300 years. But the human race, if we look back, we have been around for thousands of years. So if we only could survive because of modern medicine, we should actually be snuffed out many moons ago already. Okay, so we are an advanced technology company, so we are not a product company. Okay, so we are more advanced, than that. So we specialize in patented wearable technology, harnessing the power of light, okay, to boost health at a cellular level. So, everything that we do, that we influence, it's at, at that cellular level to be able to improve the health, wellness, beauty, and longevity. And LifeWave as a company and David Schmidt, they hold over 130 patents. So we are unique as well because we have actually about 90 clinical reports, and we continue to have new medical research studies actually done. And in some countries, so we are in Malaysia, for instance, since we have our Malaysian counterparts and probably some prospects as well, that we are classified, as a medical device in Malaysia. Okay, so David Schmidt, founder, inventor, and CEO. Let's talk a little bit about him in a while. So what we aim to do is we seek to improve health, wellness, beauty, and longevity. So I just want to stress on this word longevity. David Schmidt is very big on that. That's why, we are into age reversing and not only anti-aging. So we do this without drugs, pills, and injections. We have patented technology, just to stress again, re-stress again, wearable technology, harnessing, the power of acupressure therapy to boost health at the cellular level. We like to say as well, that we are like acupuncture, but without the needles. And really, unless you have experienced the patch, you have experienced this technology, it's useless actually for us just to talk, and not try it. You won't know the difference until you try it. So for those of us who are new here, if you have not tried the patches, my God, we really encourage you. And because this is non-transdermal and it has been used, by many notable celebrities and sports people, plus the fact that it was actually used, by the US military, so we know that it's a very, very safe product. So David Schmidt, he is the 3-in-1 founder, CEO, and inventor, which is great for us and our product and technology, simply because the founder won't argue with the CEO, who won't argue with the inventor. And that's why to date, we have been progressing remarkably well. In fact, incredibly well. We've just won some awards, for being the best growth country in the last 4 years. We've been making, positive revenue. In fact, year on year growing revenue. And there are only 22 companies in the US that are in that category, and we are one of them. And also from a momentum perspective, which some people consider to be the holy grail, of direct selling companies, which is the classification that we belong to. We are number one, in the business for homes momentum indicator. So that is another remarkable feat, knowing that many other companies that have been around for, let's say, about the same time, as LifeWave, are actually not in the list at all. So David Schmidt, he's a doctor of science and technology. He has been honored many times over in the International Hall of Fame of Inventors. He is really an inventor at heart. You see this thing here. He actually invented this drone. So this drone was invented, I think, in 2022. He donated it to the International Red Cross. It could carry more load, fly higher, fly longer, and able to even clean the air, of pollution, while it is hovering in the air, delivering much needed resources and help, to areas that could not be accessible. He also invented this, and it is patented, called the double helix conductor. And really, you should read about this. This is quite an amazing feat that many scientists are still actually, using this tool, to create, their own experiments, and to see, how this continues to help, many live animals, including now even human beings. Okay, so I mentioned just now that how it came about, was because this product was invented for the US Navy SEALs. So we are actually the accidental beneficiaries of this product. Okay. So thanks to the US military, who's decided to embrace our first product, which is energy enhancer. So imagine, that they're using that. They've been using that, 20 years ago. We continue to use this product very effectively up till today, and it works wonderfully. Okay, and then David Schmidt invented also the pain patch, Ice Wave, to help the U.S. Army veterans, those people who come back from the wars who are grievously injured. So he was given an award by the U.S. military. In fact, we could be the only company, and David could be the only inventor of a direct selling company who's given an award by the U.S. Military. So right in the middle here is we are also in a very unique position because not only are we supported by the U.S. military, we're actually supported by the Irish government through this groundbreaking breakthrough experiment. It's a stem cell research that was done in collaboration with the National University of Ireland, Galway, with the Regenerative Medicine Institute, and funded by the Science Foundation of Ireland, which is representing the Irish government. And our products are manufactured both in the US as well as in Ireland. So the Irish are very smart. Yeah? So they fund it. They know that it's a very good product. They have encouraged and managed to get David to manufacture the products there. And I'm sure that their citizens, are also enjoying, our products at probably, some beneficial aspect. Okay. We are also in-house manufacturing. So we're vertically integrated. So during the COVID, we grew while most other companies actually were shrinking because they were affected by supply chain, by so many, ingredients, availability. So we were not actually affected at all. And probably that has put us in a much better trajectory than we can ever imagine, because right now we are ahead. Yeah, while many of the direct selling companies, especially in the US, are plateauing or probably even declining, we are actually on a trajectory which is really, being envied by many. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the product. Now, I mentioned, that we've been around, for, in fact, this is our 20th year anniversary. So you see, that a research actually was conducted already in 2002. The first product, which was energy enhancer and used, by the U.S. Navy SEALs, was from 2004. So almost every few years, a new product actually comes out. Yeah, in 2005 was Ice Wave, and then we had what's that? For the sleep, okay, Silent Night. Then in 2006, other products come out. So David Schmidt invented the products according, to the crisis that was happening at that point in time in the US. Okay, which speaks to me, very highly about this man and his heart. He really wants to help people, which is his primary motivation and driver. So all the way, to from 2006, 2007, in 2007, actually, there was an issue on obesity, and that's why he created this SP6 to actually help obese people, especially to curb their appetite. Okay. Then 2011, 2015, more products came out, and just bring you forward here to 2019. This is where, the game changer actually happened. This is where X39, which is our stem cell activation product, was launched. Now, X39 was not something that was just like, invented overnight. Now, when it came to the area of stem cells, David Schmidt actually took almost like a decade, of research before he actually came out with X39. And since then, X49 came about, back in 2022, which targets 4 areas specifically. And then, we had our mist, launched in 2023. And then we had our eye cream. Oh, I forgot to mention, our Alavida cream and patches. We are one of the very few with beauty patches. Yeah. Now, again, not seen at all. Used most of the time when you talk about beauty, it's only skincare products like cream, but we have patches that come along. And all of us are very excited right now because we just launched the eye cream, which if you squeeze out some, you see blue in color because we are using copper peptide in particular. I believe, it's GHKCU copper peptide that we are using in our eye cream. Okay, now, what are the issues that are causing so many, of the health conditions that we see right now? Now, primarily, it is degeneration. So when you talk about degeneration, aging has to play plays a very big part of it. And with aging, that's where there's compromised immunity, slower recovery, then, dementia, chronic diseases start setting in. Some people ask to say, hey, but then you have younger people, who actually seem to experience, this degenerative diseases or health conditions more. Okay. Now, when we talk about aging, sometimes we also talk about premature aging. Yeah, because there are some people, where their bodies could be impacted, by their environment or the fact, that it could be somewhere also in their DNA. Complications can actually occur at a younger age. Okay, so one of the issues of aging is this, yeah, that not only do you experience a biological degradation, but then your stem cells also is affected, and the stem cells also dies with age. Okay, so that's where the key issue is. Now, why is this stem cell so important? Now, first and foremost, this is just a chart to show you that at birth, okay, stem cells, it's about 100%. But then, when the moment you reach, age 65, you're looking, at maybe about 5 to 10% of stem cells left. Stem cells are your master cells. They are the cells that are the most important. Some call it a parent cell because it has two jobs, which is to duplicate, into other stem cells and then to differentiate into organ cells. So your blood, has a very specific stem cell. Your organ has like a heart, your liver, your lungs, so on and so forth, so forth. All of them actually originated from stem cell that differentiated itself, to a lung stem cell, for instance, which then creates, the cells, within the lungs. So if your stem cell is not working properly, if it is dysfunctional, it is in a state of disrepair, now that's where I hope, you agree with me that if something is unhealthy, it cannot produce, something that is healthy. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense at all. So graphically, it just shows you here, yeah, that as a baby, you got 100%, but it tapers off very quickly. And by the time, you are 60 years old, you actually have about 5%, maybe even less, some people say, that it could even be zero. That's why health conditions occur. That's why when somebody gets injured, at a later stage of their life, it takes longer for them to recover, if at all. Okay, now, so I mentioned about the stem cells already, that can be differentiated into other cells, like nerve cells, intestinal cells, all types of organ cells. And stem cells, if you look at it, there are various sources that one can receive stem cells. So one of them is actually stem cell therapy, not found in Singapore for very good reason because of the cost, as well as there's some risks and probably some ethical and moral issues still associated with it. And then, the other way is actually through animals. Now, just talking about this, what's that? This stem cell therapy, which, if you just go across the causeway, you can actually find it, and it really costs quite a lot. I think, it's like USD $20,000 for you to do an injection. And there's no guarantee of success. So there's still quite a lot of risk, plus the fact, that there's some that use embryonic fetus type of cells, which I suppose, that's where the ethical issues all come in. Yeah. And then, there are many other products out there, which I hope that whether you're talking about sheep, lamb, deer, camel, horse, whatever it is, if you are to compare with our own stem cells has to be better than them, right? Because our body does not have to accept them. It is really acceptable because it's your own stem cells. Okay, so what is the future of medical technology? We are talking about stem cells as the future, which a lot of research right now is being carried out. I suppose that's why there's so many stem cell therapy centers all around the world and the region have come up. But again, from what I understand, the risk is high. The moral, ethical side, is still undecided, and the success rate actually is not very high as well. So this is where X39 comes in, okay, which is what we call the stem cell activation patch. And what David Smith says, that this is his greatest achievement to date. And like I said, it took many years of experiment and clinical studies done for us to arrive, at X39. Um, and X39, okay, so now we don't just say, that X39, would just activate stem cell without, some justification from a clinical space. So the clinical side of it is this, yeah, X39 actually elevates, GHK-Cu, which is a copper peptide, which in all the studies and literature that we can find, that anyone can find outside there, that is also, published in the National Library of Medicine, when you have and when you're able to elevate, GHK-Cu, it then does many things, including activation stem cells. So the founder of the person who actually discovered this GHK-Cu is this guy called Dr. Laurent Picard. So I think, he just passed away not too long ago. I think towards the end of last year, if I'm not wrong. David Smith, really honors him. Probably, I think he said something like, he probably is deserving, of a Nobel Prize, in which, he's not given. But he discovered, and this was confirmed by many scientists and researchers after that if you're able to elevate GHK-Cu, this is where it can repair DNA. This is where, it can induce, programmed cell death on cancer even. Okay, it can increase your collagen production. It possesses antioxidant, anti-inflammatory effects, and it can increase also angiogenesis and nerve outgrowth. So now it's not only us that's saying this. Okay, so you can find this in the PubMed, National Library of Medicine, which confirms, okay, that GHK-Cu resets our genes to a younger state. And then that it's found, to process cell protective actions, such as anti-cancer activities and anti-inflammatory actions. So we don't have to worry, yeah, because some people say oh, will my cancer stem cells actually be activated? The answer is clearly no from the literature that we have, from the medical research that's been done, because the GHK-Cu actually, increases the anti-cancer activities. So with that, it doesn't make sense, that, it is anti-cancer, and yet, it can give rise and activate, stem cells that is cancerous. Okay. So now rapid healing, resetting genes, fine-tuning the body, and converting older life cells to younger state. In other words, reverse aging and collagen repair. So these are the things that's associated with GHK-Cu. So what we've been able to prove here is that LifeWave X39 is able to elevate GHK-Cu, and then from there, it takes care of itself, because there's enough literature out there to confirm, what GHK-Cu can do for our body. Okay. So some of the benefits here, and just want to stress that X39 is so effective. This is really a game changer, that in the first few days of actually patching, 4,000 genes already begin to reset. Yeah. And why this X39 is good as a process, for the body to heal, is because it goes through this particular mode, yeah, where within 1 to 3 months, you're looking at gut resetting, physical changes occurring. And that's why we always ask people to take photographs before they actually patch, because they will see the changes most likely, within that 1 to 3 months. And then why we tell people that you have to be patching, for at least 6 months, is because our research has shown that deep healing actually begins, between the 3 to 6 months, and reverse aging between 6 to 12 months. Yeah. And you can read from here, all the benefits that X39 can bring, how it actually enhances, and harmonizes, the cells within our body to give, anything from pain relief to increase in mobility, and, the list goes on. Okay. And I already mentioned, there's non-drug, non-transdermal, non-invasive, and it's very affordable. And how this actually works very, very quickly. This works through the science of phototherapy, which is using light to heal. So this is, again, another very amazing aspect of it, that we have the best of both worlds, because, we have the stem cell aspect of it. And then we have, this science of phototherapy, which, if you recall, when we mentioned about Albert Einstein, saying, that the science of the future is going to be frequencies. When you're using wavelengths phototherapy, we are talking already about frequencies. Okay. So the best example to give here is sunlight. Yeah. So imagine, a jaundiced baby. Yeah, in a hospital, they'll put the baby under a UV light, right? So that's phototherapy. But then, when a baby is at home, chances are the body would, the doctor, would just encourage you to put the baby underneath the sunlight, where in most cases, the jaundice would actually, be healed. Yeah. Okay, now the good news is that we don't need, to depend on sunlight, for our patches and our technology to work, because our body actually emits light. So this is also proven already. There are terms that's being used, like photobiomodulation, bioluminescence, and also biophotons, which just means, that cells emit light. Okay, so LifeWave is unique because we are the only phototherapy product that uses the body, because the body emits light. So the body itself, it is its own power source. We call it, mitochondria. So our body has a power plant. The cells itself through ATP, and that's where it uses, that power plant to be able to reflect back the lights, that would benefit the body. So how it actually works, these patches reflect very specific wavelengths of light that stimulate the skin. Yeah. And how this actually works is that the body heat will activate the crystals within the patch. So David Schmidt came up with a way where he embeds, he's able to manufacture nanoscale crystals, embedding them into the patch. And depending on how the crystals are orientated, how they are orientated, yes, certain frequencies are actually reflected back to the body in an energized form that then creates a biochemical response from the body. Okay. So that is my very short presentation, which I will continue to end to conclude. But we are right now, and I'm so excited to actually introduce our very first testimonial sharer. Okay, now just before that, just to reiterate the point that LifeWave does not diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any kind of diseases. We do not make any medical claims, and the results may vary from person to person. So now the testimonial number 1 is actually Madam Sana Abdad. Now, Sana, are you there? Sana?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great. Yeah. Okay, so Madam Sana, by the way, Sana, this is Sana's first time ever, right? So you have not shared your story before. Okay, so for those of us here who are attending, you are very, very privileged, to hear for the first time from Sana, who will be sharing her testimony. And I have to really thank Sana, because this is the fasting month as well. Yeah. So even though it's taking a toll on your body, and I know, that your voice is a little bit coarse because you're not able to consume liquids during the day, but she has readily just said yes. She wants to share her story to benefit as many people as possible. Okay, so now, Sana, I'm going to hand the floor over to you. Okay, so I will let you start telling your story right now.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Yeah. I'm pleased to tell my story. Can you hear me? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I was very lucky to find about Life Wave. I've been coughing from 2014 April. I came back for my small Hajj and came back coughing, but no fever. But the doctor heard me that I just came back, so they say I got MERS, and they treat me under MERS treatment, and that's where the complication comes in. But I never give up. I keep trying on. After 2.5 years, I'm getting worse. I told them I want to stop the pharmacy medicine and I want to go on alternative. And I just go for the body, the blood test and all that under hospital, under hospital record.
Yeah. When were you, when were you MERS? So that was in 2014. 2014. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And for MERS, they say I got pneumonia, asthma, and then cancer. Then after that, they gave me the testimonial. I said do the complete test where they give me a letter that I have chronic bronchitis. And my lung full of, first they said because the X-ray shows completely white, my both lung. So my lung is working on 70-60%. And then I go for a second alternative and X-ray advice from Raffles Hotel. They do an
hospital. Yeah.
And they say I'm actually, it's not cancer, but it's bronchitis, and the bacteria keep producing a lot of phlegm. So one day I use 8 boxes of tissue papers, coughing from morning to night, sleeping, even sitting down for 2.5 years. And I go for so many alternatives, PCM, and all kinds people recommend to me. But in November 2023, I was under treatment under holistic therapy in early 2022. It improved, but the phlegm never stopped. So we went for holistic holiday in Chiang Mai, where I met one of the lady, Cecilia. I coughed badly on the arrival night. Nobody can sleep. And I'm lucky I got a good roommate which tolerate my coughing, but had to change room. So Cecilia come to help me out to try the paste. She talked to me about nano stem cell, which I have read about it, but I know it's the thousand amount of money is incurred, which I tell her that I don't, and she said, no, this is just a patch. So I tried that one night. I could sleep, a bit sleep, not coughing on the first day. She gave me two more patches to try. And when we came back on the 25th, there's a talk at the Woodland Square, Tower 2, where I met Jonas and Cecilia. Who I listened to the talk and I straight away tried out. And it's a miracle. I'm very blessed to have this life with product. And I don't mind keep on sharing, although my family is still skeptical about it, because they know I've been trying so many alternatives, which does not help much. It helps, but it starts again. And yeah, I'm blessed in a way to meet up the life wave, which it's logic where it's yours. And I know it's my immune system is very low. And the doctor said the only way is to operate my lung. That is the weak part of my lung, which I told them I will not take the risk. I better have my whole lung intact in my body.
Okay. So you started patching when again?
I went 27 November to order. I get early first week of December.
Okay.
When I received the two patches, Ion and CX, actually I sleep. My body, I think, very tired of coughing. I had a good sleep for 5 days.
Wow. Wow,
And
amazing.
then when I wake up, I feel the strength in me.
Right. Okay. So through all this coughing, did it affect your weight at all?
Oh yes, I lost a lot of weight. In 2014, before my trip, I was 52 kilos. And after the treatment, within a year, I dropped to 34 kilos. And
34.
34.
Okay.
That's my lowest. And it's very difficult for me to put on weight. I put 1-2 kilos and I lost again. I put 1-2 kilos, I lost again. But now it's quite constant. Before fasting, I was 42.7 kilos. It helped me in my
Okay.
appetite and it's still cough, but not very bad. The phlegm had reduced so much. Only early morning I cough because of the cold, because I think my body's I think I can feel my hand cold. But now, after using the patches for 3 months, I can feel the warmness. I did not sweat for so long, which I start sweating. I felt the heat in my body now. And I'm happy. And I will continue.
Wonderful, wonderful. What were you not able to do when you were having that health condition?
I can't walk. Even to walk, I was breathless most of the time. I tried to do exercise. I felt so tired. Just raising arms, swing arms, 1-2 minutes, I felt tired. But now I have the strength to brisk walk 3 times a week, 4 times a week for about 2.5 kilos.
Right. Wonderful. Were you able to attend family events and all this when you were having the condition?
No. I did not meet up with my family for so many years. Since the 2014, I didn't go to any event or family gathering because I was not in the mood, coughing all the way. And I become phobia meeting people because I'm tired. Yeah, I can't talk much. I cough. So, but then after taking the patches, after 1.5 months, I think, my first appearance to the family gathering, which everybody was shocked. And they were shocked that I look better, I cough less, and I tell them that I'm taking the patches, but they're still skeptical because, but I told them you have to use it to believe it.
Yes. Yes, absolutely true. Absolutely right. So that was when was it, in February or in January that you went for your first family
I
event?
think late January, early
Late
February.
January. Okay, so it's about, so you patched for almost about 2 months, right? Yeah.
Almost 2 months.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. Okay, great. Anything else you'd like to add?
What else?
Okay, while you're thinking about this, okay, can I show you guys? So yeah, okay. So this was
Yeah.
before, when before Sana Patch. Yeah. So November 2023. And let me show you, this is her right now. Can you see the difference, guys? Yeah. Okay, so it's six kilos heavier in your February 2024.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's
skin is
really
better, healthier. Okay.
healthier.
Yes,
I felt
you can
good.
see the radiance, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Those
Okay.
people who say, that, wow, yeah, this is really life transforming. Okay. And everybody agrees, can you type, 555 for me? Yeah. Thank you. Oh, man, everybody is putting 555. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have to use it. A few of
Yes.
my relatives use it, but they just at the moment because
Mm.
of fasting they hold back for a while.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Understand. Okay, so Sana, thank you so much, for sharing your story. And
most
once
welcome.
again, I'm really very appreciative of the fact that, and guys, you agree, right? I mean, for somebody, if she was coughing all the time, did you hear her cough even once, when she's been talking for the last 10, 15 minutes? No, right? Yeah. So
You
for
remember,
somebody,
yeah, Jonas, that time when I came first,
oh yeah, I remember. Yes, I
I
remember
was
when
panting.
yes, when Sana first came to in fact it was, I think, the meeting that Lily was doing, with the group. Yeah. And Sana was non-stop coughing even when the presenters were presenting, it was non-stop coughing, right? Yeah. And even in
Yeah,
the office, for the first 2 weeks or so, when you came to the office, you were still coughing very badly. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so this is how amazing, okay, our patches are, right? I mean, this is sort of, I don't want to use the word a miracle, but then do you feel like this is almost like a miracle?
It is a miracle to me. It is. I mean,
Okay.
for almost 10 years coughing, Jonas, it's
Mm.
really not a. It's really. I'm very happy. I'm very happy and blessed. I found life with.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Some people will say, wow, I found LifeWave, but sometimes, I would like to say, that LifeWave was actually waiting for you. So it was just waiting for you and to see whether you would accept LifeWave. So I'm glad, that Sana, you did. Yeah.
It's just a matter of somebody. I mean, individual body it takes faster.
Yes.
Some body takes a longer time.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Okay, round of applause for Sana. Okay, can you give me a 777 if you really like Sana sharing, yeah, and really appreciate. Let's, just bless Sana, yeah, that she continues to improve in her health and, that one day, you become like a little bit rounder as well, at maybe about 45, 46 kilos, which should be your ideal weight, yeah? Okay, now, so let's move on to our second share. So this is shared by Stella. Now, Stella, are you there? Stella?
Hello.
Hello, Stella. Okay, so Stella also has an amazing story, that she would like to share. So I'm going to hand her to the floor. We're going to start off with your mother, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so please, the floor's all yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Jonas, for inviting me. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Stella. My journey with LifeWave began with much skepticism, much like many of you might have felt. 2 years ago, I brushed it off as a scam, convinced that I didn't need it, but life has other plans for me. You might think it was so dramatic, like a TV drama. I understand it might be difficult to believe, but bear with me. If you stop listening now, you would have missed out a treasure, a gem, something which is very precious, my happiness and my motivation. Recently, my family experienced a series of health crises that tested us deeply. You can see in the next photo, my mother.
Okay, hold on.
Jonas?
Yep. Okay.
This is my mother. Yeah. The music has been muted. My mom was suffering from stroke and she was hospitalized. The doctor actually did not know what actually happened to her. This is the video that was taken much later. Her condition became more serious than anticipated. Despite the age of only 68, she began to exhibit signs of confusion, even mistaken me for my own niece. My mom forgot to switch off the stove and burned a pot. And she even took my dad's medication wrongly. The quick recovery she made in just 14 days. Jonas, the next photo. Defying medical expectation was astonishing. The doctor has counseled us and told us that it will take months for her to recover from stroke. You can see from the video, okay? So during this challenging time, I turned to alternative methods like LifeWave to assist and to help her in her healing journey. Despite facing opposition from some of my family members, I persisted in patching IceWave, X39, and Aeon, witnessing her improvement firsthand, especially considering her struggles with dementia. Remember, it was nothing short of miraculous. IceWave removed her pain almost within minutes. My mom knew what was best for her. I did whatever I could, being the eldest daughter in the family. It was very challenging because I was not the main caregiver. When my mom was discharged from the hospital, I visited her and asked her, "Ma, do you want the patch?" I never want to force anyone to use anything. My mother, with her limited memory and wisdom, snatched the patch from me and then she put it under her pillow. So you can see that no dementia can stop anyone who understands what pain is. Mom also hid the fact that she was in pain for more than 2 years. She did not want any one of us to worry. So I remember she taking tons of medication, and yet she still remembers the acute pain on her chest. You know, the first thing that all I want was mom to recover, even though I was the least loved daughter at home. For years, my brother was an endless dedication. Do you know that my brother refused to patch my mother? He didn't believe in the patch. I had to travel to and fro just to patch my mom. So you can see in the photograph, in the video just now, my mom was pounding on her chest. She was in great pain. So would you think that anyone will not pound on their chest if they are not suffering? But yet, if you look at the next photograph, the miracles did not stop there. My mother-in-law also fell very critically ill and was hospitalized. You can see her on the ventilator. The doctors did not inform us what happened. Laura was hospitalized every year. Therefore, we were very calm about it. You can see her on the hospital bed. The doctor were very bleak about her prognosis. In short, she was on her deathbed. In A&E for 2 days, there was no news from the doctor. I rushed to talk to the doctor. The doctor told us to be on standby. My world came crashing down. 2 mothers in the hospital, pneumonia in her lungs, with her eyes closed tight. It was a frightening sight. No color on her face. Who will believe that she was dying? She even had blood transfusion. I'm so... Just a moment.
Okay, right. It's a little bit emotional for Stella. Yeah, give her a few moments. So she's gone through a lot in a very short period of time. You okay?
I'm all right, but I just
Okay.
realized that my power bank is going out of power. Where is my power bank? So day and night, I patch my mother-in-law. 7 a.m. I patch. Then I will go to Tan Tock Seng Hospital to patch my mother. And then
Stella? Hello? Yeah. It's okay to show your face. Okay, hold on. Sorry, Stella, you there? Sorry, we got a little bit of technical difficulty. Hi, Stella, are you here? Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to see Stella. Sim has left. I think her battery just ran out. Oh dear. Okay, so let's hope she comes back on because she has a very powerful story to actually share. Okay. Stella. Stella, you here? Hello?
Cannot hear, Stella.
Yeah, Stella, we can't hear you.
Jonas, can you hear me?
Okay, now can.
Yeah, so sorry. I think the laptop gave way.
Okay.
Okay. So the
Yeah,
next photo is about my mother, right? My
yeah.
mother-in-law.
Okay, let
Yeah.
me put it on again. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So my mother-in-law was hospitalized. And day and night, I patched my mother-in-law. Through the application of the LifeWave patches, the power of prayer, she defied all odds and began to recover rapidly. Even the medical professionals were astounded by Laura's progress. The doctors remarked it was impossible for a 91-year-old to recover so quickly from pneumonia. So it was just 2 days the doctor could acknowledge the impact of the patches on her healing journey. One of the doctors even quietly asked Mr. Cole, what did we give to her? Nothing. It was just a patch. You can see that her eyes open. Even my husband gave a testimony. You can press on a video for Mr. Cole.
We cannot hear him.
Cannot hear him. Too soft, I think. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. What actually Mr. Cole said was that louder?
No, that's the loudest already, unfortunately.
Okay, never mind. It's all right. So we were very surprised that her eyes opened so quickly after we patched her. The glutathione, she couldn't breathe at first. So I couldn't understand how this tiny patch will cause her eyes to open. How did the patch restore her lungs so quickly that she screamed loudly? On the 5th day, until the whole section of Ward C could hear her voice, because the junior doctor caused her blood to flow a few times when they poked her wrongly, trying to draw some blood for tests. I rushed to the bedside and the blood was oozing out. It was quite frightening. It suddenly occurred to me that her lungs had cleared. It was life-threatening for her, and her oxygen mask was removed on the 6th day. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah,
Can.
okay. So my own mother was still in the hospital. It was the most challenging episode of my life. Her recovery caused our jaw to drop. For years, Laura has given hope on her own life. She couldn't respond. Her arms and leg could not move. Just by patching, she broke her silence after she came back from the hospital. She even shouted to my helper by saying she was hungry. It has never ever happened in her life. The detox even helped. The patch also helped her to detox, and her body condition improved. Can you see her face? Initially, it was so pale, and now it was rosy. It was really unbelievable. I couldn't explain to anyone how her body was recovering. If my husband were to stop me, I would never have a chance to share the recovery of Laura. Her face was so rosy, there was no cosmetic on it. Yeah. The next slide, please. So you can see from the face, initial talk, her life was in danger. Then when she came back, her face was very rosy. And in the next photo, you could actually see her hands are actually moving. But this is not the only thing that happened in my family. Can you look at the next slide? This is my husband giving a testimony. Can you try and play?
Can hear that?
I haven't heard anything.
Here.
Yeah. Is it clear?
Oh, I think no sound.
No
Okay.
sound, huh? Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
no
Okay.
sound. Never
Stella?
mind. What actually Mr. Cole was trying to say that he was actually facing some health challenges, but he didn't tell me about it. So what I did was that I just tell him, oh, you are having some health challenges. So I just paste the patch for him. Because my family was going through some minor renovation, my helper actually misplaced his medication. I didn't know anything about it, and I apologize for the mishap that took place. So poor Mr. Cole was suffering for a long period of discomfort, and then he actually has skepticism towards supplements, so he didn't believe in supplements, and he know that this patch would actually help him, so he allowed me to patch him. After some time, he told me that he has to go and visit a doctor. So I was quite surprised because he is a man of few words. You can see that he hardly talks. But after visiting the doctor, he actually confessed that he had kidney stones. The kidney stones were the size of a 50-cent coin. After visiting the doctor announced to him that the stone has been reduced to only a red bean size. So I was very captivated, and I said, oh, the patch really works. So this, all in all, you can see the next slide is myself. This is my leg. In the previous MIDI, my old injury relapsed, and my leg was quite swollen, as you can see from this photograph, that it was like a pig's leg. And all I could do, because I have nothing with me, I just paste 2 on it. And on the same day, I still went for the MIDI meeting. I forgot that my leg was in pain. So this is a story that I would like to share with all of you, that is not a sales pitch, but a testimony to the potential for those who want to have some hope in their life. I really like it very much because my friend says nothing goes to the body is very safe. And I would like to thank Mr. Desmond and also the founder for creating such a wonderful patch that I can live a happier life. And I hope this will really inspire you not to believe for miracles in your life. I like it really very much because my favorite footballer, David Beckham, use it, the Sultan use it, and the millionaire use it. Let us continue to share hope and love and make the world a better place. I would like to thank everyone. Say goodbye to your pain, goodbye to your illnesses, follow your heart, patch and just believe. Yes, it may not, you may not see the miracle immediately, but I believe that everyone can see restoration for their health. And my old injury has improved. My memory has improved. In the midst of all my personal trials and crises, I want to say that I'm really thankful to LifeWave for creating a miracle for my whole family.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Stella. Wow. Okay, two very powerful, and like I said, it's amazing that you have to go through this challenge. At the same time, one is already difficult by itself, but then having to go through this and to consistently patch them, that's amazing. So if everybody shares the same admiration, I suppose, for Stella, who have gone through this and still diligently insisted, that she should be patching, both her mom and her mother-in-law at the same time, and overcoming, a lot of firstly facing, and then overcoming a lot of resistance from family, which I think, some of us can even attest to. So can you just type 888 for me, just to encourage Stella that, oh man, she has done the right things and she should continue, to patch as many people as she can around her. Okay, thank you so much. All right. Okay, so with that, hold on. Okay, so I just got one or two, well, actually more than one or two, a few slides. Now, while we all like for things to be instant, unfortunately, that's not life. When it comes to reverse aging, when it comes to healing, okay, healing is a process. It is not an event, okay? So whether it's a stomach lining, which takes 5 days, to the blood, which takes 4 months, to the skin, 1 month, to the bones, 3 months, and all the way, to the brain, which takes 1 year, maybe even more, okay? It does take time. X39, as I always tell people, I said, that you can't feel your hair growing. You can't feel, when your red blood cells are multiplying, but it doesn't mean just because you cannot feel it, that it's not happening, right? Your hair is still growing, your blood cells are continuing to multiply. So that is what X39, it's all about. Yeah, it is about the deeper, the inner healing, which, unfortunately, sometimes we want it to happen, but our body is smart, that it can redirect something as good as X39 to an area where it is critical for the body to fix first. Okay, so I mentioned already about this. I wouldn't want to, but then this is where our science has also confirmed, okay, that in as little as 6 months, telomeres lengthen to the equivalent of 8.5 years of age reversal, which means, because telomeres is an indicator of lifespan. Yeah, so if you can lengthen the telomere, then, we actually could have a chance to live a longer life. So this test was done by Repeat Diagnostics, a clinically gold standard for telomere testing. And it has shown, that 6 months or more is what, we need, to make sure that we consistently patch something like X39 for us to be able to optimize the results. Now, water is also a very key, complement, to our patches. In fact, this is critical because water is the best conductor, and there's always electricity flowing in our body called biocurrents. So our body actually receives signals for it to be able to work. So for the signals to be efficient and to be quick, to go from one part of the body to the other, this is where water comes into play. So as a nutshell, and in summary here, we have the fact, that stem cells are the repair cells of our body. And unfortunately, the faster we age, the slower we heal. We have the solution, which is, to activate our own stem cell, to reset them to a younger, healthier state. And how we can do this is through X39, by elevating GHK-Cu, which our clinical trials have proven, okay? We are affordable, extremely affordable. Okay, we are safe. As Stella mentioned, we have dignitaries using this. We have professional athletes. We have many medical doctors also across the world who are using this and also sharing this with their patients. And, we are patented with over 130 patents and 90 clinical studies. So once again, to stress that we do not diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases or make any medical claims, but then how we function, we use the best of both worlds by using cutting-edge technology from the West together with TCM philosophy from the East, and this combination is really extremely powerful, okay? So this is just for those of you, who are wondering like, when you say it's affordable, what do you mean by this? If you look at, just this enrollment goal, or for that matter, okay, so if you're using 6 months, of X39, and you are a member, well, one pack costs USD $100. 6 months, it's only $600. In Sing dollar terms, it's less than 1,000. In ringgit, of course, you multiply by, I think it's 4.6 or something like this, to get a number. But you see, that it's far below what the stem cell therapy, in which we should be compared to, actually, not against, some koyo in a GNC, or okay, it's called LAC right now. But it is really extremely powerful, and yet, it is affordable. Now, for those of you in Singapore, this is a very quick introduction, and production. I only did a half an hour presentation. But if you want, more information to hear, the more comprehensive version, where we can give you so much more information. If you're curious about this technology, this product that is so efficient, please visit us at the Wood Square Causeway Point. So we have this type of presentations live on Tuesdays and Saturdays, which is in English, and Wednesday in Mandarin. On Friday and Thursday as well, we have presentations on our business side. Okay. So with that, we've come to the end of our presentation. Now, unfortunately, because of time constraint, we can't take any questions. But if you do have any questions, please direct them to the person who brought you here, who introduced this to you. If you are already part of the system, so you would have a sponsor. So please approach your sponsor for that. If you are really very new and you need some help, if you're familiar with somebody or you're comfortable with them, do approach somebody, to be able to help you. Okay. So with that, we have come to the end. I'm so sorry that we've overrun by 10 minutes. I was hoping that we're able to complete all this by 9:30. But thank you for everyone. I see, that we still have a lot of people, who stayed right through the end. Thank you so much again for staying, and thank you, especially to our sharers here, who have shared their most intimate stories, Sana and Stella Sim. We wish them well. We wish everyone here well, and to our Muslim friends and business partners, really Selamat Hari Raya as well. Okay.
Hello, I just want to know whether tonight's Zoom
is
the
recorded.
testimony as well.
Yeah.
I can find YouTube.
Yes, you should be able to. Sorry, Alicia, right? Alicia, you are from Singapore or Malaysia?
Singapore.
Oh, you're from Singapore.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, I'm outside. I can't hear completely, but I'm very interested in tonight's Zoom. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're right. Most welcome. Most welcome. Okay, so with that, again, have a very good evening. Have a safe and productive week, and a very healthy week as well. Yeah. So with that, everyone, thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.